Pizza. Something don't taste right. I think I've been poisoned. Where am I? I can't see. I can't see! I can't see!
Good evening, 8-Bit Eric. I'm sure you're afraid. I'm sure you don't understand what is going on around here.
Who is that? Who are you? What's going on? I
There's a bigger picture, something that your little feeble mind could not comprehend. You see, you said some mean things about our God. We are the cult of the Noid. And you see, 8-Bit Eric, when you mess with us, you mess with death.
You follow the Noid? Kind of fun. You know what? I can't see, but I got some questions I gotta ask you. What kind of stupid ass cult is that?
I have you in our dungeon, in our secret headquarters, and nobody is going to save you. We're going to have you sit down here and play video games as punishment. Oh, well. There might not be such a great punishment after all. We didn't think things through. I mean, just forget it. Here's a game to review. Maniac Mansion.
Whoa, hold on. You want me to review Maniac Mansion? That's one of those where the fuck do I go games. I'm gonna be in this dungeon for the rest of my godforsaken life because of you. And I gotta play a game that I'm not even good at? Thanks a fucking lot.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you. Whatever you do, make sure you do not push this red button right here. Because if you do, things will be very bad for all of us. So, adios, Eric.
Well, I guess since I'm going to be stuck in here for so long, now is as good of a time as ever for me to go ahead and check out this unique and quirky NES game. Maniac Mansion has always seemed like one of those weird NES games that I've always tried to play through and always wanted to complete, but just never got around to it. I totally missed out on this game as a kid. In fact, I didn't hear about Maniac Mansion until I was well into my 20s. Maniac Mansion uses a point-and-click interface to guide the main hero, Dave Miller, a teenage heartthrob, through the mansion of the fictional Edison family in an effort to rescue his girlfriend from a mad scientist. Sounds kinda kinky, don't it? Along the way, Dave will rely on the player using their nagging to solve puzzles and avoid dangers. There's a menu on the bottom part of the screen with 15 action commands such as walk to, unlock, get, push, pull, etc. Now, before I continue further, Dave will not be embarking on this quest alone. The player starts the game by choosing 2 out of 6 characters to accompany Dave. Talk about a Breakfast Club variety of teenagers. Each character has their own personality and even their own rocking ass theme song that plays while you control. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at who we have to choose from in the teenagers. Michael, the token black guy. He's a photographer, and this comes in handy when needing to take pics to solve puzzles. Razor, the punk rock chick. And possible school slut. Gotta think about that. Sid, a new age musician, devout fan of Depeche Mode, and the bleach blonde of the group. Edgy because he spells his name with a Y. Jeff Woody, a surfer stoner dude, basically the Shaggy of the game. Wendy, an aspiring novelist with a talent for writing. And last but not least, the nerd. Bernard, your typical nerd. He comes in handy when it comes to technical shit. Be wise when it comes to your choice, because certain characters have certain abilities that allow you to solve certain puzzles. It's a lot, certainly. Certainly. Who do I pick? I have no clue. I haven't played this game before, so let's try Razor and Bernard. Rule of thumb in horror movies, you gotta have the nerdy dude and the hot slut. Scientific fact. To touch base again on the plot, the intro sequence shows that a sentient meteor crashed near the mansion 20 years earlier. It brainwashed the Edisons and directed Dr. Fred to obtain human brains for use in experiments. Sounds simple enough, right? The Edisons are an even more colorful bunch than our teenagers. I mean, these guys are probably the most insane assortment of villains I've seen in an NES game ever. First up, we got Weird Ed, who is Fred and Edna's son, a survivalist, paramilitary maniac psycho with a hair-triggered temper and obsession with his pet hamster. Dead cousin Ted, Edna's cousin, a mummified corpse with his own private gym. Green and purple tentacle, a pair of talking, brightly colored tentacles. I said tentacles, not testicles. We also have Nurse Edna, a gruesome nurse who is Dr. Fred's wife. Hello, nurse! Jeez, this game is making me so hot, and it's not because there's no AC in this dungeon. Oh, and of course we get Dr. Fred, who, mad scientist and all, is the most normal villain in the game. With the exception of the green tentacle, all of the mansion's inhabitants are extremely hostile and will throw the player characters into a dungeon, or in some situations kill them, if they see them. When a character dies, the player must choose a replacement from the rest of the characters. Maniac Mansion has up to 5 possible endings, all depending on which characters survive, which characters you choose, which puzzles you try to go for, and basically if you don't fuck up. I've yet to beat this game. I think it's actually way ahead of its time. For an NES title, this is pretty unique. Your first task is figuring out how to get into the mansion. Alright, so this is simple. This is the old key under the mat trick. I mean, I do it at my own house. Or my parents' house. That I live in their basement, according to the comment section. Alright, let's check out the first room right here, which is the kitchen. Grabbing the flashlight. Oh fuck, check out that bloody chainsaw. Anyways, moving on. Oh fuck, what the fuck is this? Oh my. So now Nurse Edna has grabbed me and taken me down to the dungeon. After what appears like I'm stuck, I found a loose brick, but turns out you need more than one teenager in here for anyone to escape. So I guess Davy Boy's stuck in here for now. That's alright, I got my girl Razor to not fail me. Fuck going into the kitchen. Let's make our way to the living room area. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. A cassette player, radio tube, and furniture. Alright, so I've come to a pitch black room. What a pain in the ass trying to find the switch. Okay, so these stairs are out of order. How the fuck is that even possible? Broken phone, can't do much here. I guess let's just make our way back. What if I turn on the radio? Something about that is just so unsettling. So I'm back at the stairs. Let's poke around a bit. I found out that if I push the gargoyle on the right, it opens that door, but it shuts the second I move it. Gonna need Bernard, the nerd, to the rescue. Alright, so let's go inside this mystery room. Again with the darkness. Oh man, these dark rooms. Oh shit, a nuclear reactor? That can't be good. Making my way down the room, I find a circuit breaker box and a silver key. For shits and giggles, let's go ahead and see what happens if I turn off the circuit breaker box. I can't see shit now in this game. Power out, sirens blaring, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Holy fuck, I just exploded the mansion. Alright, so I guess I pushed something I shouldn't have, which reminds me, what was I told earlier? Well, I guess if I want to get out of this dungeon, what should I do? Give me a minute. I'm onto something here, guys. Okay, so I'm in the dungeon. Stuck. Cult is coming to get me and possibly sacrifice me. Been getting prank calls, people harassing me, threatening to expose me. I'm stuck in a predicament. Nobody watches my channel. What should I do to get out of this bind? I know. Push the red button. I'm so smart.